I used to give speeches of success. They'd ask me about success, and they pay me a lot of money. I give a lot of money to charity, and I feel guilty when I don't take it. I tell this to people, friends of mine and other people and young people. What you do is you got to get people. You can get people better than yourself to do things.
We also have instincts, and we also have common sense. We have a lot of different things planned.
A lot of good deals happen on golf courses, okay?
Sometimes in life, to be successful, oftentimes, most of the time, you have to follow your instincts. You have to follow your gut. You have to.
And I will tell you that I always told people, you know, I'm a very smart guy. I got good marks. I was all this. I went to the best college, the Wharton School of Finance, which to me is like the greatest business school.
And I have, studied it over the years and certainly read a lot about it.
We have to be allowed to compete. We have to be allowed to do it.
And dream big and bold and daring. We have to do that. Do you guys want to be successful or don't you care? Okay, you better believe it.
When you graduate, you want to get great jobs. You don't want to get bad jobs, what they call bad jobs.
Because you play the game just as well as anybody and better than just about everybody, if you really think about it. And I say that as an intelligent person, but I speak my mind. I don't care. Personally, I don't care. I'm a businessman.
I'm an entrepreneur. I've been very, very successful. I built a great, great company. I posted numbers that were incredible numbers and all of that stuff. How would you like to be in a position like this?
And it all stems from leadership. It's very simple. I love what I'm doing, and I'd love to keep doing it. They go over it and lots of different things and lots of different reasons.
I'm given so much money to talk about success, and I give it to charities, but I love talking about success. Frankly, I like talking about success much more than politics, right? I wasn't a politician. I like that just great. I never thought I'd be a politician. I can't believe I'm doing this, to be honest with you. I dealt with politicians all my life. The last thing I wanted to do is be a politician. These politicians are bad dudes, right? I mean, they're bad. But there are a few things when you're talking about being successful, and I say it, and it's never going to change. You have to absolutely love what you do. Ideally, you'll love something that's a good business. For instance, some businesses aren't good business. I won't name them, but they're tough businesses. Other businesses historically have been good businesses. Ideally, love what you do in a good business, but you know what? If it's not necessarily that good, the loving is more important than having that good business.
I know some people that are fantastic people.
They're teachers, they're scientists. I know people that are scientists that are like, they can't wait to get to work. They can't wait. Some people want to be teachers.
Spectacular people, sometimes underappreciated, unfortunately, but we appreciate them. We know what they go through.
You have to love what you do. Policemen, our police departments are, I think, terribly disrespected. I think they're not given the credit for the great job they do. Some of the happiest people and the most successful people that I know are people that aren't the richest at all. They don't make it all the most money, because I don't consider success necessarily monetary, because I know the most successful people in the world. And many of these people are really miserable people, okay? Some of the most successful people in the world, I know like many of them. I don't know all, I guess, but I seem to know all. And they cross my path a lot. And they're not necessarily happy people. They're very wealthy people, but they're, in many cases, extremely unhappy. The happy people are the people, number one, the people with great families, people that have great relationships with their wives or husband. And perhaps I'm in that category, okay?
I've never been a big fan of the name grandfather, but that's what I am. I'm a grandfather.
To me, a successful person who has a great family, who loves the family, loves the children, and the children love him or her, to me, that's a much more... successful person than a person that's made $1 billion or $10 billion and is miserable and doesn't have a good family and nobody likes the person.
You've got to be able to sort of say to yourself, nothing matters that much other than the real big deals. Some people, they say, I've got to be successful. I've got to be. They'll never be successful. It's too crazy. They can't think straight. You have to remember, it doesn't matter. God matters. Your family matters.
You know, I've seen them. I think I've seen every type of person there is that God created, if you want to know the truth. And I tell so many stories about different types of people. Now, with all of that, I don't want to talk you out of things.
I've spent my entire life in business looking at the untapped potential in projects and in people all over the world.
You gotta love what you do. You gotta never, ever quit or give up. Never quit. I hardly ever take time off because I love what I'm doing.
I love taking things and fixing, taking things and building. I love building.
But you know, you take 3 or 4 days off, and that first day or two back, it's like some people have a great momentum. Another word that you never hear when you're talking about success. Some people, and you have to know about yourself. You have to know about momentum. And it's a word you never hear when you hear about success, but it's so important.
So, you know, yeah, there's a certain energy you have to get. You have to build up the energy.
You know, you got to get going. You got to get going. It's almost like don't take any time off. The word momentum is a very important word, and you have to understand it, and you have to understand how to think about momentum.
You do what you do. I mean, it is what it is. You've learned, and you're an intelligent person. You have to understand that about yourself, otherwise you're not going to be very good up there.
My father used to tell a story. He thought it was funny, but I actually thought it was more of a lesson. He viewed it as funny. And it was about a man who loved the cola business. He loved, soft drinks. That's what he loved. So what happens is he loved the cola business, and he founded a company. It was called 3UP. And he was very proud, but the company wasn't making it, didn't work, and he gave up, and he did another one. It was 4UP, and he did 5UP, and he did 6UP, and they would all fail, and it was just no good, and it went out of business. But he never wanted to quit, and he just kept failing, and finally he gave up. And my father would say, if he only came up, if he just worked a little bit harder, just one more, he would have had 7UP, and he would have been a tremendous success. And my father would tell this story, he'd laugh, but I'd listen and I'd say, I don't want to laugh, it's a lesson. And I laugh because I think of my father telling me that story. And we viewed it differently. And what I viewed it is not as comedy, I viewed it as never ever give up. Just never give up. You can't.
Always have passion. You've got to have passion for your family, for your life, for your church, for whatever it is. You've got to have that passion. You've got to just love it.
You can do anything. You can be anything you want to be. But in order to succeed, you must find out what you love to do. You have to find your passion, no matter what they tell you.